Hello everybody, and this is B back with, well, technically not back, but if you remember the creator of Lovewood, I've been on it, but been looking at their development and everything else and been talking to them. They're super nice. You should definitely check them out. They made Frightwood, and I am beyond excited. Obviously, I haven't done anything yet. Also, I'm going to go back to Lovewood pretty soon to romance the others, but I figured we'd start here. So, let's go. October 31st. It is the night of mischief. Usually I would spend this evening at home with good books, safe from any of the ghosts haunting these woods, but I actually have some plans for tonight. Blossom has acquired some secret info on a treasure that can only be claimed during this time of the year. With the boundary between our world and the spirit world, it's particularly thin. It promises a grand new reward if you wander to just the right spot in the forest. To be honest, it sounded absolutely fascinating, pretty scary, very exciting. Absolutely fascinating. It's not uncommon for spirits to offer rewards to those who honor them, so this whole treasure myth might really be true. And when else will I get the opportunity to go on a spooky excursion with friends? This is the perfect time to gather new knowledge on ghosts that roam these woods, so of course I agreed to go. Speaking of those that wander in the night, hey Janice, are you ready to go? Oh, that's our name. I'm on my way. Ah, you even brought a lantern along. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I figured it might be really dark if the moon gets covered up by clouds. I don't want to depend on my light spell during the entire trip. Good call. We'll probably have to walk for a bit. And I wouldn't want to have you all magically tired out early on. You're our only healer on the team. I can't read today. Well, healer in training. Don't sell yourself short, Janice. I think you aren't aware of how good you've gotten recently. But I won't let anyone get hurt anyway. This will be a safe trip. Smooth sailing all the way. I can't help but feel a little concerned that she actively needs to assure me of that. We just ought to complete our team before we get going. Who else is coming along? Moth wanted to join us. The rich kid? I had no idea he'd be into daring adventures. Well, you don't really look the part either, so maybe looks can be deceiving. Fair enough. We crossed the town square. Every house is featuring some kind of decoration, be it carved lantern, candles, or paper bats, but the building we stop in front of is looking the same as always. It always has. After Blossom knocks, there's a bit of a shuffling behind the door. Miss Salai? Good evening. Oh, it's you two. What is the matter? Hi there, Miss Salai. Good lord, are you kids taking part in the ridiculous guising and soul tradition? Your costumes are pretty shabby for that. These are my regular clothes, ma'am. We're actually here for Moth. Can we hang out with him? Moth is in his room preparing for the next math exam. He's busy. You mean like the exam in 2 weeks? He's great at math. I don't think he needs to study for it right now. Okay, let me lower this a little bit. Screen, window full, disabled. Okay. Okay. He's great at math. I don't think he needs to study for it right now. Right, that assessment surely means a lot coming from some children. He isn't going anywhere tonight, and you two should better leave before I get unfriendly. Good night. Wait, are we younger? Because I don't remember meeting her with Moth, or maybe I just didn't go down that path. crap. What do? We can't just leave without him. We won't. Follow me. Might be a new character. Blossom leads me around the house into the backyard, where a small balcony is reaching out before the veranda. There's light in the room behind the balcony. Blossom searches the ground and first picks up a rock that's almost the size of her fist. She ponders for a moment, then wisely chooses to pick up a small pebble instead. It clatters a little as it lands on the balcony, and mere seconds afterwards the door is opened. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Get down here, you giant nerd. It's adventure time. Ah, Moth. Moth quietly climbs over the railing of the balcony onto the roof of the back porch and falling down to the ground with us. Whew, I hope I don't get too heavy for that someday. Are you trying to make a good impression on the ghost, or what's up with the outfit? Oh, that? I didn't have time to change right after dinner. I didn't wish to keep you two waiting. Your parents make you dress up like that for dinner? On Sundays. Are we younger? Is that what's going on? Is this them younger? 'Cause that's cute. I didn't read the description. Dang it, I just got excited and I downloaded it. But I should have probably read to see when this takes place. Because I feel like this is when they're younger. Join a group of fairy teens in their attempt to discover a grand treasure, one that can only be earned during the night of Halloween. Explore the mystical forest and find out if the claims are true or merely mischievous trap. So they are a lot younger, so that makes sense. On Sundays, yes, it's a... Don't question it. Well, you're lucky it's a warm night. You'll have to cope with the monsters making fun of you for wearing a freaking cravat. Speaking of monsters that demoralize me, we should get moving, unless we want my parents to notice my absence. Aw. Right, let's go. Nobody's following us, right? No, I think we're good. I was worried that my brothers would follow me when I went out, but they are fast asleep. Oh, thank the stars. I don't mind the young twins usually, but they can be a bit much to deal with. Having them around surely would have ended our adventure early. Wait! So, if this is them young, are we Janice, who was the... No, because Janice was older. Okay, so their old healer was way older, I would assume, because they died. I don't know. I have so many questions. We look like them, though. In rather chaotic way. Wait, did you use your sleep magic on them? Didn't even have to. They're always passed out when I read them that old horror story about the guy who gets killed by a horse. It's my secret weapon. Oh, I can't say. Metzengerstein? You know, that story is the reason why I'm terrified of horses, right? I shudder at the memory of reading it when I was a child. I butchered that so badly, and I am so sorry. Ah, come on. It's just a metaphor or something. Still creepy, though. What is it about horses in particular that you're afraid of? Aren't they quite dignified and strong creatures? I love horses. That's the thing. They're too powerful. Horses are friends now, but they could easily destroy us if they wanted to. I'm fine with watching them from a respectful distance. I just don't want to get too close to them. Or any big animal, really. Don't worry. I'll protect you if we come across something scary tonight. I even brought my club. Isn't that just a random stick? Dude, it's not just a stick. It's the stick. Perfect size ratio for effectively defense and pummeling. I'm not sure if a beatdown is the right way to defend off ghosts. Okay, but if I can't touch the ghost, then ergo they can't touch me either, right? And if they can't touch me, then they're not a threat. I can still hit a werewolf with this if I have to. That's surprisingly straightforward. The text didn't say that we'll have to fight through a horde of monsters to get the reward, did it? No. It's just describes the path, and it says it'll lead to the greatest treasure in the forest. Right, that doesn't sound like an elaborate trap set up by a serial killer. As if on cue, there's a rustling in the bushes. Hey, who's there? There's a figure in the shadows. Is that Aelith? I squint. I can't remember what Aelith's eye color is. I feel like it's Aelith, but I could be wrong. Oh my god, and I loved them. How could I forget? I squint, but all I can make out are a pair of eyes reflecting a green shimmering back at us. Yes, it's Aelith. Stay where you are. What are you, friend or foe? I am foe. I will bring harm to you and show you inescapable suffering. Moth is staring at the figure in terror, his lantern unable to illuminate the path up to the creature. Blossom is gripping her stick so tightly that her knuckles are going to pale. Use a light spell. Recalling that I have a light spell at my disposal, I flash a bright spotlight towards the stranger, so we know what we're dealing with. It's Aelith. Oh, look at Aelith! Ah! They're so cute! Look at them! Look at them! Hey, that's not a monster. That's just a random fairy like us. Look at Aelith! Ah! Aelith? You know this weirdo? They're not a weirdo. They're the traveling merchant from Town Square. You know, the one with the little shop cart. Aelith waves at us with a somewhat apologetic look. Why were you saying all this creepy baloney like you were about to murder us? That was you, right? No. Aelith looks a little tired and just nods. Oh wait, I remember. They got this curse that twists their words into a lie whenever they talk. So you were just trying to tell us to move along and that you weren't going to hurt us. Aelith nods. Phew. Where's your chalkboard, dear? That little one that you always write on. Exactly where it's supposed to be, so it's lost. You lost it out here? We could help you look for it real quick. We got our lanterns, after all. Aelith seems a bit hopeful at that. We look around the forest ground for a little black slate. Why were you out here alone in the dark in the first place, dear? Certainly not to pee. Oh, alright. Let's not go further down that line of questioning. Hey, I found it! Blossom triumphantly hands the chalkboard to Aelith, and it takes barely a few seconds until the chalk and slate reconnect. Thank you for the help, guys. I'm really sorry if I scared you back there. I wasn't scared. Haha, right. Totally didn't think that you were a murderer who was about to kill us all the way dead. Now that it's taken care of, we can get back to treasure hunting. I still can't get over Aelith's comment about certainly not having to pee. I probably shouldn't have mentioned a treasure, because Aelith's eyes instantly light up with a spark of interest. You're searching for treasure? Yeah, kind of. Can I come with? You? Sorry, I didn't read that last word. Let Aelith come. Let Aelith come. Come on, Blossom. If it's supposed to be the greatest treasure in the forest, there will be plenty to go around for everyone. We can share it with one more person. Alright, you can join in. But we won't adopt any more team members on the way. Otherwise, it gets too difficult for me to keep an eye on everyone. Now, as a team of 4, we continue our trek through the forest. It's a little slower now that we strayed from the regular path, but judging by how Blossom is guiding us, the text she used to tell the path is very accurate. Eventually, we reach a large lake. Both the water and the surrounding clearing are covered in a thick fog. Do we just go around it? We need to be careful where we step. It's difficult to see where the water ends. This is pretty spooky. I was never one for mist. Hold on, I think I got an idea. So all these are older. Okay, I'm slightly curious who Janice is, because obviously we meet Moth, Aelith, and Blossom once they're older. But how much older are they? Because I think the fairies have different, like, they live a long time. But we don't have, Nord. An atlas. Interesting. Moth pulls a small apple and a few hazelnuts out of his pocket. And we don't have Kaylin. He carefully lays them into the water of the lake, where they drift off and down into the depths. Moments later, the fog on one side of the lake floats off, revealing a clear path. That was certainly just a gust of wind. What did you do there, Moth? Heh, you think I would go into a ghostly adventure unprepared? I read that spirits like to receive apples and nuts as offerings. Some spirits inhabit lakes, serving as a guardian of sorts. Apparently the ones that's watching over this lake is willing to help us out a little, now that we've offered a gift. Oh, that's pretty cool. I knew that your nerd brain would come in useful during this trip. Let's keep going. Be careful though. I still don't want any of you to fall and make a splash. We stroll along the side of the lake as the light of the full moon bounces off the water. There's barely a ripple to be seen. With how still the air is, the water's surface looks almost like a perfect mirror. I halt and need to do a double take as I look at what's reflected on the surface. Guys? My reflection is looking different. Different how? Wait! So that's us later. I stare at myself, unsure what to make of this phenomenon. So, I am so confused. That's us, with the little hat, like the hood. I don't know why I brought my hands up like you guys could see me. Oh my god. It's still me, just a bit different. I look as if I'm about to embark on a journey, with bags and everything. I'm a little older, too, I think. Wait! And I'm wearing an official healer's uniform. At first I am alarmed to not see my lip movements reflected in the water. But what makes it less threatening is that me in the reflection is wearing a smile. Not a mean-spirited one, but a calm and friendly one. If this lake really is inhabited by a spirit, maybe they're kind to grant us to look into our future. Wow. Ayla curiously follows my example. Their reflection looks perfectly normal to me, but their eyes widen as they gaze into the water. Mine is looking different too. Really? What do you see? I'm wearing a snazzy red cape, and Ayla takes another hard look at their image. I'm holding a little glass bottle in my hand, with some stuff in it. Damn, I hope that doesn't mean you're dropping into alcoholism in the future. No, it's not that kind of bottle. It looks like a sort that's used for potions. I wonder what that means. Ayla shrugs but doesn't seem too unhappy with their future vision. What does yours look like, Popsicle Stick? Moth carefully approaches the water's edge as if afraid of what he may or may not see in his reflection. Huh? I look a bit taller, and I'm wearing a lovely green outfit with a purple belt. There's a thimble on my right hand, and I look happy. Aww. I'm not gonna be sad. How about yours, Blossom? Well, I might as well take a peek. It's just me. My hair is looking a bit shorter. I'm not wearing my coat, and I think I'm holding a bunny or something in my arms. Aw, how sweet. Are you disappointed? I don't know. I guess it's not bad. I just thought it might be something a bit more spectacular. Am I really gonna go soft in a few years? That probably depends on the choices you make. Nobody can force you to change in a way you don't want. That's true. The lake might be giving us predictions, but in the end it's still us who shape our future. Isn't it? Yeah, probably. And I really want to reach that treasure in the near future, so let's keep going. We can't be too far from it. I followed others, but as we were about to leave the lake behind, I take one more moment to bow down before it. Goodbye, and thank you. Come on, Janice. Guys, I think we made it. This must be the place. Before us lies a clearing with a stone structure at its center, resembling an altar of sorts. Wow. We inspect the surroundings, but we can't seem to find anything out of the ordinary. What do we do now? I'm not sure, actually. The text doesn't say anything about performing a specific ritual. It's just like, go to this place and you will be given a grand treasure. I hope it wasn't incomplete, or just, a total scam. Yes, it would be a shame if we had to come all this way to find nothing. Hold on. If the gift is supposed to come from a spirit, we may just need to get their attention first. That might be it. Usually you would call a nearby ghost with a fire or some sort of other light. I look at my lantern, then gently set it down on the altar. Meanwhile, Moth takes all the remaining hazelnuts from his pocket and arranges them around the light. There! Now we should probably just wait for a bit. A horse. Was that a horse in the middle of the woods? Aleph points towards the edge of the clearing, where a faint blue shimmer appears. It's coming closer. A ghost horse. We frantically spread around as to not block the creature's path to the altar, but that doesn't seem to be its goal. It's approaching me. That spirit stalks towards me with such a threatening glare as a horse can have, its spectral mane floating in the air like a seaweed in a deep ocean waves. What does it want? I don't know. Maybe it just wants to take a good look at you? Blossom tries to sound calming, but even she can't hide her concern. When the creature stomps its hooves into the ground right in front of me, there's no doubt that its approach is not benevolent in nature. I stumble back, almost landing on my butt. Damn it, why does it have to be a horse? Wait. Oh no. Aleph tries to approach and help me, but they're promptly stopped, gripping their forehead with a pained groan. Aleph? We watch in horror as a semi-translucent form splits right out of them, carrying Aleph's face, but having its features twisted into a wicked smile. Are you? Oh! The force that tears you apart with every honest word you try to speak? Yes, that would be me. It's about time we properly meet, isn't it? Aleph swallows heavily and scrambles back, avoiding the specter's touch, as if it were boiling hot. I'm surprised you even made it this far, to be honest. Can't you see that you're just a burden to everyone you come close to? No! Why are you wearing my face? Why won't you just go? Because you are nothing without me. Oh, can't you see? With a curse, you at least have an excuse to be a stammering pile of awkwardness. Without me, you're just a pitiful antisocial freak. Oh no, my boy! Or, not boy, I was thinking of Nord, but Aleph, no, no. You're Aleph, the filthy liar, and I'll make sure that you stay like this. They are a sweetheart, and you leave them alone. Aleph, don't listen to them. I'm so used to Nord getting bullied. I assume... In the last game, Nord got really badly bullied by Lycans, so I was like constantly, my boy! But Aleph is not my boy, they are my they. And I love them. They are just baby and must be protected. My attention is promptly pulled away when the spectral horse charges towards me with an angry huff, and I manage to thinly dodge it with a sidestep. Meanwhile, Blossom and Moth are frozen in place as they hear an all-too-familiar voice call out from the edge of the clearing. Oh no. Moth, where are you? Huh? Moth's mother steps out of the grass. There's a flash of relief in her gaze as she sees her son, but it quickly turns to fury. Do you have any idea how hard it was to track you down? Just what do you think you're doing here? Have you lost your mind? Oh no! No, all the babies! Moth looked at his mother in a way I've never looked at mine. No. Mother, I'm just, helping my friends. Some fine friends you got to put you into danger in the middle of the night. Come here, I'm taking you home. But I can't leave them alone. As Blossom tries to come to our help, she stumbles and finds her ankles stuck in some vines I could have sworn weren't there before. Ah, crap, not now. Everyone, hold out a little longer. She tries to free her leg from the growth, even hitting it with her club, but this only seems to tighten its stubborn grip. I see her stretching out her hand towards Moth's mom, and a tremor runs through the air. She's trying to use her sleep magic on Miss Salai in an effort to help Moth from her position, and it has no effect. Miss Salai looks as if she didn't even notice. What? Why isn't my magic working? Can't I do anything anymore? I was supposed to take care of everyone. Now all I did was lead us into a massive trap. I'm a terrible leader. I'm a terrible friend. No, not Blossom! I look back and forth between Moth, Blossom, and Aelith, each of which is immobilized with fear. This can't be how it ends. But before I can help anyone else, I need to deal with the problem right in front of me. Man, this horse is about to square off. I'm actually not scared of horses, so I would be gladly square off of a horse. I used to push my horses around not to hurt them, but like sometimes they would challenge you, kind of like this horse is doing right here. But they would challenge you, and they would nudge me, and I would have to nudge them back. I'd be like, hey, step off. I wipe the cold sweat off my hands and lock eyes with the ghostly horse. I must do something now. Push it. Okay. Since a ghost, I'm going to say reach out. It's not in a horse's nature to attack someone unprovoked. They would usually run away from something they perceive as dangerous. That is not fully true. As I said, my horses would test me. Like, they weren't mean. They didn't attack me. But they would, try to see if I was a pushover, basically. Hey, I don't know who's making you do this, but it doesn't have to be like that. I'm scared of you, I admit it, but I won't hurt you. So how about you don't hurt me either? You're not anyone's slave. Let's set each other free and go our own ways, alright? The spectral horse regards me with a suspicious glance, but eventually accepts my peace offering. It gallops off into the woods, leaving only some faint eerie glow behind. With this terror taken care of, I can finally free to turn my attention back to my companions. We're gonna go help Aelith. I first come to aid Aelith. They are scrambling to avoid the touch of their manifested curse while it's chasing them around like a vile hunter. Why are you so scared of letting me be part of you? Can't you see there isn't much for me to ruin? You just drag everyone down anyway, like the greedy gremlin that you are. That is a plain lie. You are not a burden, Aelith. We took you with us because we wanted to, and for no other reason. You're much stronger than this thing is trying to make you believe. It may be part of you, but that's all it is. It's not what makes you, you. Is that the rambling of the stranger worth anything to you? He'll just kick you to the curb, and then you'll once again be alone with me anyway. Finally, Aelith manages to face their twisted look-alike with the resemblance of confidence. You think you can ruin my life? Well, how about you try to do your worst, then? They reach out to the specter, and as they lay their hand on its heart, the vision promptly dissolves into nothing but mist. Aelith, are you alright? No. They flash a tired smile at me, then point towards Blossom, who is struggling against the malicious vines. Right, let's help her out. Ugh, freaking things. How can I be so weak? You're not weak, Blossom. And if you ask me, you're a really amazing friend as well. Aelith? Janice? With joined strength, we managed to free her from the tangled plant. Your heart is in the right place, I can tell. You didn't even hesitate to help me and let me tag along, despite barely knowing me. Seems like you're a lot nicer than you would outright admit. Blossom takes a deep breath, regaining her composure. Nice or not, Moth looks like he'll need some support to deal with his dictator mom. If he does, we'll be there for him. Oh, Moth's face makes me so sad. Just how can my own flesh and blood be so obedient after all I've done? I love the creator of this game, but how dare you hurt the babies? I love them all and you hurt them. After all I've done for you. By now I thought you've learned your lesson, young man. Don't just let yourself be pushed around, Moth. She's not the boss of you. We got your back. Maybe after you face your punishment, you will finally understand. As she reaches for his wrist, Moth pulls away and lets out a frustrated snarl. No, you won't hurt me anymore. I won't let you. What? All you ever want me to be is your obedient son who never speaks up, an empty drone that's easy to control. I've tried to please you and it's never enough. None of it is ever enough. We gotta stop here. I hate that we gotta stop here. Okay. I'll see you guys in the next video. The babies. It'll probably be kind of short because on the website it says that it's like 30 to 40 minutes. So we probably got like 10 minutes left unless I've rambled and spent some of our time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!